58, Robert Morris defeats the Mount St. Mary's Mountaineers to move to potentially first place in the Northeast Conference, because elsewhere there are some upsets in the making. We're joined by Colonials head coach Charlie Buscaglia. And before we talk about what else is going on, let's talk about your basketball team, who played 3 quarters of great basketball. Fourth quarter was a little lackluster, but you got it done and got your 8th win in a row.
Yeah, we got it rolling a little bit there after a while, and then they forced us to play a different style, and we didn't handle it real well at all. We got to do a better job of, doing a better job of attacking that. I call it the Cornell system, a guy out in Iowa where they just double every pass in the half court and they just keep doubling and doubling. And that's something teams do sometimes just to try to change the game and see how you handle it. And they've done that in the past, and we've got to be better against that. And we had some moments there where it got real ugly, and we need to do a better job of just playing together at that time. We got to be able to play differently when things are thrown at us differently. And, we get stuck in wanting to play a certain way, and we can't be that way. We got to be better at just playing the way that we have to with the way that they're running around and doubling. And that's why things got a little ugly. And then at the end, we gained control again, made some nice passes, and got some high percentage shots against that.
Talking about high percentage shots, a player that played very well down underneath today off the bench, Nneka Azebo. Best game we've seen her play here at the Soul Center.
Yeah, she got it going. She's very physical and strong and athletic inside, and when she takes her time in there and does things one step at a time, she's tough. And, she got it going, and I thought she kept us really stable throughout that first half and into that third quarter. She was very stable with giving us the ball inside and having a good look around the basket, high percentage shots. She did a good job today. It's a freshman, and she's going to have good days and she's going to have bad days. Today was a good one.
70-58, Robert Morris defeating Mount St. Mary's. The Colonials have now won 10 of their last 11 games here in the Northeast Conference. So Charlie, talk about the rebounding game today. You out-rebounded your opponent by 25, 39-14.
Yeah, we knew that was something that we had to set the standard for in this game, as we were bigger than them. They go really guard-driven, 4 guards. You can see they space the court, and they just really try to drive you, and they do a lot of perimeter action. So offensively, we got to really step up and guard them with our bigs. But, when it came to us around the basket with them defending us, we were able to get the ball inside and work off of that. So, like I said, at the end of the day, as teams play a certain way, you got to be able to handle it the way that they play. And, getting the ball inside and high percentage shots were really important.
Talk about the way Megan Smith played today. 12 points, 9 rebounds. She had 4 assists to go along with a block shot.
Yeah, she did a good job of coming back in and responding. She had a little bit of a bad moment there where she lost the ball, and you could see she was getting a little frustrated. She sat down, and then she came back in, and she was a steady force for us. And I think a couple of those, drives to the basket against that running and doubling system that they were running. I think Megan had a big one out of the short corner here when she went to the basket hard, drew the foul, and that was a big possession for us there, because at that time we were really wavering against the pressure, and nobody really wanted to take it to the basket. And she showed that character to say, hey, I got the ball in my hands, I got the lane, I'm not going to be afraid, I'm going to take it to him.
Another player that continues to show great leadership out on the floor, doesn't really show it on the scoreboard, but that is Janae Brown. Another huge game in the assist-to-turnover ratio, as she had 7 assists as compared to just 3 giveaways.
As a senior, her standards have got to be high for herself, that, she wants to go out there and really control the ball and make sure her team's organized, and she does a good job of that for the most part. When she has her turnover here or there, this season she's done a good job of responding and coming back. Last game was a good example of that on Saturday, and today, again, putting her in with 4 fouls. She didn't have her best moments there throughout the third quarter, but in the fourth quarter, she came back in down the stretch and was able to stay in the game and do a good job for us of breaking that double team and creating, the looks that we got down the stretch.
Again, the final score, 70-58, Robert Morris defeating the Mount St. Mary's University Mountaineers here at the Soul Center. We're joined by Colonials head coach Charlie Buscaglia. And Charlie, when you first came over here, I talked about some upsets in the making, and it seems like a fait accompli at this point, where Wagner is going to upset St. Francis 85-70, the score with 30 seconds to play. So that's a big win, not only for the Seahawks, but it also gives you a little bit of arm's length away from St. Francis. You combine that with the fact that St. Francis and Sacred Heart were in double overtime at last check.
Well, when the other games are being played, we just, go with the punches. Whatever happens and who's in front of us next Saturday is all we're really focused on. And if we just keep going out there and winning our next game and just focusing on the next team, all that stuff will sort out for itself, and then they'll let us know who we're playing.
Well, 9 or 10 in a row is hopefully how we see you back here at the Soul Center. in a couple of weeks. However, you do have that road trip at Central Connecticut State and then at Bryant this upcoming Saturday and then Monday. A couple of tough road games, especially at Bryant.
Oh, definitely tough road games. We got to be able to go out there now and complete. We played them once already. Now we got to go through the second time around on their floor. And Central Connecticut State on Saturday, is obviously a team that plays very hard and athletic, and they're fast, and they did a good job here of battling us all the way to the end. And the game came down to the last couple of minutes. I think Anna had hit a big shot here that opened the game up to us to get that stop, and then the foul, and then the free throw. So it was tight all the way down the stretch there against them, and we expect a fight. Definitely a fight. We're gonna have to go into that game, really hoping that we iron out all our problems, and I feel we will. This team is definitely coming together right now, and we're learning every day and just get a little bit better every day.
Charlie, congratulations on the big win, your 8th in a row. We hope to talk to you again as that winning streak continues down the line.
Thank you, Adam. Appreciate it.
Again, your final score here at the Sewell Center, 70-58. Robert Morris defeating the Mount St. Mary's University Mountaineers. The Colonials hit the road for 2 games at Central Connecticut State and Bryant this upcoming Saturday and Monday. Then a week from Saturday, the Colonials will take on Sacred Heart. That game will be on ESPN3. We will return to coverage here on NEC Front Row 2 weeks from tonight as the Colonials wrap up the regular season against the Fairleigh Dickinson University Knights. For Justin Piles, I'm Adam Gusky. We'll talk to you then.